Hey everyone! So things have been a bit doom and gloom recently. Let's get out of the funk and into some more positive news and updates. I'm going to talk through some changes we're making from your feedback in Insiders, an update on game health, changes coming to the Pirate Emporium, and then finish with confirmation of our next Community Direct. So, I wanted to kick off and just hit some hot topics from Insiders. In recent updates, we've been bringing in the Bilge Weekender for testing, alongside our plans for the reboot of the black market. We've seen the feedback from players around the availability of the black market and how the timing we'd proposed felt a little too restrictive. The team are making changes here based on this feedback, which will mean that Duke and his black market sticks around after the Weekender and is now available at all times. The items on sale will now also be available for much longer to make sure players can purchase the items when they want, across multiple Weekenders if needs be. On the Weekender side, following your feedback, the team are now implementing a Doubloon wallet cap to prevent stockpiling and avoid this newly refreshed economy going off the rails. Players will now earn up to this new cap and will need to spend their stash before being able to earn more. We appreciate the feedback here on this new event we're bringing into the calendar and genuinely feel like your feedback has helped shape this feature set into a much better place, so thank you. On the Doubloon reset, we've now locked in on our plans for the commemorative items. In this week's update, players can purchase the title, belt, eye patch and sails, and these will be available until April 16th, so grab them before they go. The Doubloon cutlass will no longer be a purchasable item and will now be awarded to players who have earned over 50,000 doubloons in their account lifetime. We'll calculate players' lifetime earnings on the 16th of April and then distribute the cutlass as part of a follow-up update. On to game health. I shared last month our drive to make our servers feel more alive by increasing player sightings on the seas. In our last update, we rolled out a range of improvements, and again, we quickly saw players begin to feel the change in how many crews they were spotting on the horizon. I also did say that these were pretty experimental changes requiring tweaking in the live game, and you may have spotted some accidental migrations during combat and treasure mysteriously going missing from ships. That was a result of these changes, but were both quickly rectified by a server hotfix. We've also got further improvements to the existing systems here coming in our next update. We're then going to let things settle while we assess where we go next in this space. On game performance, there's been regular improvements making their way into our updates across the last few months. The team have been targeting some of our larger hitches that can be felt during gameplay, and from our data, we can see the last few months of improvements are making great strides in creating an overall smoother gameplay experience. Before we move on from game health, I wanted to just do some rapid fire updates on some issues we continue to see raised. Merchants not delivering their supplies is definitely a meme at this point, but a rework to the system should be heading to Insiders soon. Crews cheesing Hourglass by hiding their ship on islands will be addressed with our new shrinking battle bounds that force the final battle to take place in open waters away from islands. On the frustrating merchant cargo commendations, while we fixed up the spawn rate of washed up bottles earlier this month, we've got a more long-term solution to these commendation issues ready to move into production once the team free up. And then finally, while our last updates fixed up ladder interactions, I just wanted to share some context on why we were seeing regressions to such a core part of the experience, as we know this is frustrating. I haven't shared an anti-cheat update in a little while, but the team are continuing to invest time in hardening the systems that are the biggest targets of cheat developers, and our ladder interactions was one of these areas. When we overhaul systems like this, it can result in some instability, but the work here has resulted in more secure core systems that are significantly more challenging for cheat developers to exploit. Next up, I wanted to talk about some changes coming to the Pirate Emporium over the next few months. We launched the Pirate Emporium back in 2019, and the cosmetics on offer have expanded over time to the point where navigating the catalogue is now a bit of a nightmare, and some of our most loved sets are just buried in the sea of pages. To improve this, we're going to be reducing the content that's on offer in the Emporium at any one time, and then rotating cosmetic sets in and out to keep the store feeling fresh, still provide plenty of variety, and bring some of our best sets up to the surface. Now, this streamlined Emporium is going to launch as part of our April update. But to make this happen, we need to go from the giant catalogue we have today down to the new streamlined design. And with that, we want to be really clear on what sets are going to be taking a break in April. So, in our update this week, when you browse the Emporium, you'll now see a time-limited tag on all the sets that are going to rotate out in April, should you want to go and grab them before they go. Now, just to be clear, none of these sets are gone. They'll just begin rotating in and out after April's update. So you'll still be able to buy them in the future when they return. We just felt it was fair to let you know specifically what's going ahead of time here. And then finally, for those who watched our recent podcast, we shared that our next Community Direct will be arriving on March 30th. Now, our intention is for these to be released twice a year, but given the recent changes to our roadmap, this one is a couple of months behind. Tune in later this month when we jump back on the sofa and share updates on upcoming events like the Bilge Weekender, Black Market Reboot and Last Ship Standing, what's coming up next for game health and an upcoming evolution to the Season Pass, and then with Custom Seas having made its way into Insiders recently, we'll confirm when you can get your hands on this for real. But I don't want to spoil too much. You'll have to tune in on March 30th and see for yourselves. So, I'll see you then.